Welcome to Healing, Hope, and Health, the program that proudly highlights the mission and services of Hospice of Washington County. I'm Bernadette Wagner, and I'm so glad you could join us for today's show. Our first guest is Lindsay Anderson, Director of Volunteer Services for Hospice of Washington County. In her role, Lindsay is responsible for recruiting, training, placing, evaluating, and recognizing hundreds of volunteers throughout the year. Today, Lindsay will explain the important role volunteers play and enumerate some of the available volunteer opportunities. Lindsay, thanks for being here. I appreciate you taking time to join us.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sure. So let's talk a little bit about the volunteers. They play a very important role. Could you tell our viewers about the various volunteer opportunities that are available right now?
They do play a really important role. I don't know if everyone realizes that when a patient is enrolled under hospice care, it's a whole interdisciplinary team, a whole team of people who provide support and care to our patients.
And their families.
And
right?
their families. Yeah. And the volunteer is one part of that team. And we use volunteers in a number of different capacities. We have volunteers that help out as companions, giving a break to patients' family members. It's exhausting being a caregiver, and it's really wonderful if we can have a volunteer go give them a break and have time outside of the home to do what they need to do without being fearful that the patient is home alone. We also have volunteers that just visit our patients for companionship, just to be an extra visitor to them, spend time with them. We see some patients that really don't get many visitors. So for a volunteer to just go and be present with them, spend time with them, hold their hand, listen to them, read to them, whatever they would like to do.
Give them a chance to recollect on their life.
Yeah, yes. So our companion volunteers are probably our biggest, that's what I was just explaining. They're our biggest group of volunteers that we have.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And what are Hospice of Washington County's biggest volunteer needs right now? Is it companion volunteers or is it something else?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say that our biggest needs right now would fall under the special service volunteer category.
Okay.
So, and what that includes are cosmetology, haircut volunteers. So we have licensed cosmetologists that will go out into the patients' homes or into the nursing homes to provide haircuts to our patients who aren't able to get out of the home anymore and go to get their hair done.
Oh, that's
and it's
so
very
nice.
important.
Yeah.
We have licensed massage therapists to go and provide massage therapy for stress relief and pain management for our patients. Mm-hmm. We have pet therapy volunteers that we have a couple of pet therapy teams. They'll go in with their dogs and visit patients with their dogs. And music is another area that we could always use more volunteers. Right now we've got 2 music volunteers, one that plays the guitar and the keyboard, and another that plays the harp. And music can be a very powerful tool at the end of life, so it's always nice to have more.
Comforting and soothing.
Yes.
And
yes, definitely.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what motivates somebody to become a hospice volunteer? Isn't it too sad? I mean, explain that to us.
Yes, so I would say that the majority of our volunteers end up coming to want to volunteer for our organization because they have been personally touched themselves by hospice. Okay. So they have had a family member or a friend who has utilized hospice services, and they really just kind of want to give back and be able to provide service because they got so much help from hospice themselves. Okay. And as far as it being too sad, I get that a lot, even in my position. You know, I can't believe that you work at hospice. I don't think I could ever do that. It just seems like it would be too sad. And the reality is that, yes, there are sometimes sad moments, of course. However, the majority of the time, it's really a joyful time. You know, our volunteers, when they're spending time with their patients, I think the majority of the time they're spending time talking about their lives, what they did during their lives, and not necessarily about death.
Right.
So,
well, it seems to me too that it's so rewarding being able to be present to and minister to somebody else. Mm-hmm. So not only are they enriching that person's life, but their own life, they feel fulfilled and rewarded. So it's a win-win for the volunteers.
We often hear from them that they feel like they get back even more than they give.
That's great. Mm-hmm. So Lindsay, what qualities or skills should a volunteer possess?
Well, certainly somebody who's caring and compassionate. You have to have a lot of empathy, the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, for sure. But two other qualities that I think are really important. One is just being a very reliable, dedicated person. Somebody that the family knows that they can really count on.
Right.
And being a good listener is also a really important attribute. Somebody who's can really sit down and take the time to listen to what this patient wants to say. It's their last time in their life, and we really want to make sure that we're respecting that.
Okay, we have just a little bit of time and a couple more questions. Do volunteers need to get a medical background or provide physical care to patients?
No, volunteers, there are other members of the team that do that because it is a whole team. So we have nurse on the team, CNA, they're going to be focused on the medical and physical caregiving piece of it. The volunteers don't have to have any medical background. They don't perform any kind of caregiving or medical duties.
And what is the time commitment involved?
Most of our volunteers volunteer once or twice a week for up to 4 hours. So it's something that most people have the ability to fit into their schedules.
Okay. And lastly, what is the process to become a volunteer?
They would have to complete a volunteer application and come in to meet with me for an interview. I do run a background check and references on all of our volunteers, and there is a training that they would go through. I offer a training class on a quarterly basis.
Lindsay, thanks so much for being here today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence. These words, spoken by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., are particularly relevant for two reasons. First of all, they call to mind the life of an incredible leader who our nation honored earlier this week. And secondly, these words are descriptive of the painstaking excellence that Hospice of Washington County volunteers demonstrate day in and day out. I'm grateful to Lindsay for joining us for today and for the work she does to recruit and support Hospice of Washington County's volunteers. If you're interested in volunteering for HWC, check out our website or contact Lindsay at 301-791-6360. Stay with us. I'll be right back after this short commercial break.
I'm the hometown favorite.
I'll outsmart you.
I will beat you.
I'll be surrounded by fans cheering me on.
There's no place like home for fighting cancer.
My turf.
My time.
My team.
Expert care, close to home. The John R. Marsh Cancer Center at Meritus Health.
People look to steal anything they can get their hands on to make a quick buck, and an unlocked car is always an easy target. Could be a cell phone, GPS, even your loose change. They'll take whatever they can get. That is, unless your vehicle's doors are locked.
The Hagerstown Police Department asks that you keep your car clear of all visible valuables, but most importantly, keep your car doors locked when not occupied. Together, we can reduce this epidemic of theft from motor vehicles.
Brought to you by the Hagerstown Police Department and Antietam Broadband.
Living with a chronic disease is a daunting situation, but with help from Life Care of Washington County, you don't have to feel overwhelmed. With our palliative care team, we can help you manage symptoms and the weight of illness. Life Care of Washington County is there by your side, maximizing treatment options, increasing the quality of life, and partnering with you as you face the challenges ahead. Life Care of Washington County, we're with you. You don't have to struggle alone. Call today for a private consultation.
I'm still here, and I'm glad you are too. Our next guest is Jen Silbert, a certified AromaTouch essential oils educator and founder of the Natural Solutions Group. Members of the Natural Solution Group are wellness professionals committed to nurturing optimal health and happiness through education, exercise, and positive thinking. Jen joins us today to share information on an upcoming program that the Natural Solutions Group will conduct at the Boonesboro Community Life Center. Welcome, Jen. Thanks for being here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Sure. So can you tell our viewers briefly how you became so interested in essential oils?
Sure. I would say it was when I became a mom. Like a lot of other moms that come to essential oils, sometimes you're living life for yourself, and like me, maybe I was kind of looking for that quick fix because I didn't have time to slow down, and then you have kids, and then you want more for them, right? And so I had a little guy that was just sick a lot, and was in the system and just taking one round of antibiotic after another, and it just didn't feel right that was happening to this little one. So I started looking at more natural ways to take care of my kids, and then by default, I'm taking care of me, right?
Great. So the Natural Solution Groups, it's a partnership. How long ago was it established? Who's involved?
Sure, we have 6 professionals with us now, and I think we're gelling, but it's been evolving for about 3 years.
Okay.
As a concept we came up with to basically have more of a say in the community, add together as a group, so, you know, more power with in numbers. And
who are some of your members? What are their?
Sure. We have Patty Stepler, who is a life coach, so she's all about the power of the mind. We have Cheryl Piper Snyder, who is a certified heart and math coach, and so also a spiritual life coach, does a lot of meditation and mindfulness. We have Dr. Jeremy Fiani from Apex Integrated in Chambersburg, and so he brings chiropractic and physiology and nutrition to the table. We have Dr. Stephen Bowie of Robinwood Orthopedic. He is a podiatric surgeon and very much into active natural lifestyle, so all about exercise. And then we have an indoor environmental air specialist, Jocelyn Baxter, who's the CEO of Baxter Group. So it's a really nice mix, right?
That's great.
It's kind of unique.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
And this group decided that they were going to get together and present a program at Boonesboro Community Life Center coming up. How it's about dealing with stress naturally. How did you come up with that topic?
Well, in our view, almost everything comes from stress, and stress is really a killer. And I think one of our big motivators was taking a look at the 2016 Community Health Needs Assessment for Washington County. And we saw that a lot of those problems we have in Washington County health-wise are lifestyle issues.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I think they all come from stress.
Great. So this workshop is going to be held at the Boonesboro Community Life Center, which is located at 28 North Main Street. I wanted to give you a chance to say the date and the time and how people can register for it.
Right, exactly. So it's one of two. We'll have one at the Chamber on the 20th, and then we have the one at Boonesboro on the 27th, and that's a lunchtime lunch and learn, so convenient for professionals to get in there too. 11:30 to 1. It is free. It's a meet and greet to really get a chance to find out who we are and what we bring to the table, especially on the topic of stress. And then what we're going to do is let people know about a one-day event we have in March. So we're hoping this little meet and greet gives everybody a chance to meet us and find out what we bring to the table on stress.
That's great. Real quickly, do you have a place for your event in March and a date?
We do. It's March 20th. It's at the Ramada.
Okay.
It's all day.
People can look for more
Yes,
information
and as
about
far
that.
as registering for these lunch and learns, if you just Google Eventbrite and Jennifer Silbert, you'll see both events, and you can just pick one and then go ahead and register there. It's pretty simple.
And what is the goal of this class? You said just to meet and greet. Will people take home tips on managing stress?
Absolutely. But in the span of an hour and a half, we're going to do as much as we can to give people an idea of some of the tips. And what we want to do is to see if we can help business with their employees, to help both on a personal level and also on a workplace level, to see that we've got a unique collaboration here that you don't really find anywhere else. So, of course, Meredith has been doing a great job in going out for teaching about nutrition, drink enough water.
Blood pressure,
we have a lot more. When you talk about the power of the mind and what that can do in helping to reduce stress, there's really no other group or collaborative effort like this out there. So yes, we'll walk away with tools and then give you an invitation to a more detailed event.
That's great. Well, thank you, Jennifer, so much for being
Thank
here
you.
and for sharing your knowledge at the Boonesboro Community Life Center.
Thanks for having me.
Sure. I'm grateful to Jen for joining us on today's program, and grateful to her and all the members of the Natural Solutions Group for stepping forward to share their knowledge of and passion for essential oils at the Boonesboro Community Life Center on February 27th. If you're interested in learning strategies to manage stress naturally and want to improve your overall physical and emotional health, then you won't want to miss this program. Jennifer said you can Google her, or you can email Jen at silbertjen@gmail.com or call 240-329-1969. Stay tuned to hear about another exciting Community Life Center program. We'll be right back.
People, tend to want to do things with people they know and trust and respect. And so we see that that's something that happens again and again, and customers are repeat customers because they have that feeling. And the word of mouth that they share with one another and to their peers is so important in terms of generating additional business from us because they really like the feeling that this is a place you can feel good about.
Living with a chronic disease is a daunting situation, but with help from Life Care of Washington County, you don't have to feel overwhelmed. With our palliative care team, we can help you manage symptoms and the weight of illness. Life Care of Washington County is there by your side, maximizing treatment options, increasing the quality of life, and partnering with you as you face the challenges ahead. Life Care of Washington County, we're with you. You don't have to struggle alone. Call today for a private consultation.
Welcome back to Healing, Hope, and Health. As many of you know, Hospice of Washington County is pleased to provide space at no cost at its 3 community life centers to individuals, groups, and nonprofits interested in leading programs that benefit local residents. Cindy Kreiner, a skincare educator with Mary Kay Cosmetics for 24 years, is passionate about teaching proper skincare and pleased to enrich the lives of the women she is privileged to meet. Cindy joins us on Healing, Hope, and Health to discuss a program she will lead at the Boonesboro Community Life Center on February 8th entitled Winterizing Your Skin. Thanks for being here today. I'm so glad you could make it.
Yes, you're welcome.
So let's just start off first before we actually discuss Winterize Your Skin. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about why you're so passionate about teaching skincare.
Absolutely. Mary Kay Ash's mission statement is to enrich women's lives, and she herself said, if one more woman today realizes how great she truly is, it's been a great day.
Okay.
And I believe that when a woman feels her most beautiful, confident self, she's a better mom, better wife, better coworker, friend, better business owner. And so I get to play a role in someone feeling her best.
That's great. I know you that you work with a team of to disseminate the latest skincare information, and I understand your team was recently recognized. Could you share that happy news?
Yes, we were. It was just this week, actually. We were told that we're #1 in the state of Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from. So I say that's just proof that I work with the best customers, the best team members.
Okay. And how many people are on your team?
That is a great question. Over 100.
Wow, that's great. And the whole team was recognized.
Yes.
And so how did they celebrate this? What did the company do to recognize you all?
Well, I just got back from some training in Atlanta, so we haven't had a chance to do that yet, but we will.
Okay, great. So tell me a little bit about the class that you'll be teaching on February 8th, what time and what day?
Yes, so it's a Thursday. It starts at 11:30, and I think it's for any woman who wants to know more about her skin. She can be any age. The weather has been very cold this year for certain. And so we're going to talk about how to take care of your skin with the weather, but we're also, I want to educate women on free radicals. And I think most women will be surprised to know that the process of skin aging that natural process is only a small percentage of what things really affect their skin. So Mary Kay's innovative technology, products that have proven, tried and tested ingredients, and I get to customize that beauty experience.
Okay, and so to be clear, you're going to be sharing information and not selling products, but there would be a chance if people wanted to contact you, they could do that outside the workshop.
Absolutely. It's more education on what are free radicals, what are things to be aware of, and how to combat that.
And you'll be giving tips about other things that affect the skin and how to combat those those factors, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, great. Who will begin? Who will benefit from this class? You said people of all ages, women of all ages. Could this information also benefit men? I mean, I'm sure that the dry, cold air also affects men as well.
Absolutely. I think anybody with a concern for her skin, maybe she already sees an effect to her skin that she wants to change, or maybe she just wants to educate herself and be prepared.
Okay. And how can interested people register for this program?
They can go to your website. That'll be posted, I'm assuming. And they also can contact me, Cindy Kreiner Unit at gmail.com. That'll be posted as well.
Perfect, perfect. As a company, Mary Kay prides itself on giving back to the communities and enriching the lives of the residents that they serve. Can you talk a little bit about the Mary Kay Foundation and its mission, and those who have benefited from the generosity in the Washington County area?
Yes, I love to do that. So in 1987, Mary Kay Ash started collecting funds for cancer research. The foundation name currently is the Mary Kay Foundation. In 2000, we added domestic violence to our cause. And this past October, $3 million went out in $20,000 grants to about 150 shelters. And CASA in Hagerstown was a recipient of some of that grant money. So I love it that our mission statement goes more than just skincare and colors. It is about enriching women's lives in a lot of different ways.
That's great. That's great. And it's wonderful that a local organization benefited from your team's efforts. So
Yes.
thank you so much. I'm so glad you could be here today.
Thank you.
Sure. I'd like to thank Cindy for joining us today, and also thank her in advance for sharing her time and knowledge on February 8th at the Boonesboro Community Life Center. If you are interested in attending Winterize Your Skin, you can contact Cindy at cindykreinerunit@gmail.com or call me at Hospice of Washington County, 301-791-6360. I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize the Mary Kay Foundation for supporting our local CASA and making a positive difference in our community. Paul Newman, who started CECP, the Committee Encouraging Corporate Philanthropy, believed corporate America could be a force for good in our society. Obviously, Mary Kay believes the same thing, and our community is better because of their generosity. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
People, tend to want to do things with people they know and trust and respect. And so we see that that's something that happens again and again, and customers are repeat customers because they have that feeling. And the word of mouth that they share with one another and to their peers is so important in terms of generating additional business from us because they really like the feeling that this is a place you can feel good about.
People look to steal anything they can get their hands on to make a quick buck. And an unlocked car is always an easy target. Could be a cell phone, GPS, even your loose change. They'll take whatever they can get. That is, unless your vehicle's doors are locked.
The Hagerstown Police Department asks that you keep your car clear of all visible valuables, but most importantly, keep your car doors locked when not occupied. Together, we can reduce this epidemic of theft from motor vehicles.
Brought to you by the Hagerstown Police Department and Antietam Broadband.
Living with a chronic disease is a daunting situation, but with help from Life Care of Washington County, you don't have to feel overwhelmed. With our palliative care team, we can help you manage symptoms and the weight of illness. Life Care of Washington County is there by your side, maximizing treatment options, increasing the quality of life, and partnering with you as you face the challenges ahead. Life Care of Washington County, we're with you. You don't have to struggle alone. Call today for a private consultation.
Welcome back. Once again, we are joined by Hospice of Washington County Senior Director of Development, Community, and Public Relations, Karen Giffen. I invited Karen to be on today's show to talk about Hospice of Washington County's upcoming fundraiser and to share her thoughts on nonprofit development and the rewards of working to raise funds that strengthen a community and support those in need. Welcome, Karen. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Bernadette.
I'm so glad you could make it. So, Karen, I know working in development has lots of rewards. Do you have a story that sort of highlights those rewards that you could share with our viewers?
Well, as you know, at Hospice of Washington County, when we fundraise and we develop, these funds go to our patients.
Right.
So I always think when somebody thinks, what is a joyful day for development at hospice? Well, one is our wish day. Whenever we're able to develop end-of-life wishes, and we're able to do this for our patients. So our nursing teams and staff will come to us and say, this person would like a dinner, or this person would like a special present, and we're able to make that happen. That is when it really comes to light that we're making a difference in our patients' lives.
And I think when you do the wishes, Karen, you really make it different in the patients' lives, but also their family members have that memory of their family member being so happy and fulfilled at the end of their life.
Yes, there are times when we do anniversaries. We've done birthday parties. We have done special dinners, trips, everything. And really, it touches the patient, but also the people with them.
Right.
Whether it's their families or their friends, and it's something that's lasting. Right. And I think when somebody says, "Oh, that's sad, you're doing end-of-life wishes now," it's very happy and wish day. It's very exciting around our office, because not only are the patient and families excited, but our staff are excited that they can do something for their patients.
Right, right. So the wish is one day, but the memory's forever.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
yes,
great.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. So, Karen, I know that you have an exciting annual event coming up, but even though this is the 5th annual event, this year has a little bit of a twist. Do you want to talk about that?
We do. It's the Have a Heart for Doey's House Radiothon. And it's going to be on February 10th, and it's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we usually do this at WJEJ with, of course, Mr. Lou Scally.
Right.
And Lou said, it might be neat. We can go on the road. And we said, well, that would be great. And we thought, where could we go? And then we thought, let's just do it at Hospice of Washington County at 747 Northern Avenue. So we are having our radiothon right there at our main office on Northern Avenue. And we're going to have prizes and food and fun, and people can stop in. But it's also to raise money for our endowment this year, because we've had a successful capital campaign, and part of that second phase is our endowment. And people may say, why are you raising money for an endowment? Well, there are a few reasons why. One is hospice never turns anybody away. We work with people that don't have insurance, maybe need a sliding scale, and last year we gave away $250,000 in charity care. Also, we've just opened Doey's House, and now we're fully licensed, and it's a wonderful thing. But hospice houses in general do lose money yearly, and this way we're able to bring this so important service to our area. And also, hospice does bereavement free of charge. We do not make people pay for bereavement services. And 70% of our bereavement patients are not from hospice families.
They're just community members that
They're
have lost a loved one.
community members that lost a loved one. And so, for all these reasons, we're doing the radiothon for the endowment. Now, those are very, very important issues, but the radiothon makes it fun. You can get prizes and food and fun, and it is a way to do it as you're having a good time.
And you want to tell our viewers the day?
Sure, it's February 10th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 747 Northern Avenue. You're able to call in, you can stop in. Again, we'll have food all day. We'll also have certain prizes. You can get Doey's House cutouts. You can get, it's a wonderful mug. And Bernadette, I believe you love our Doey's House mugs.
I do. And that mug is going to the first 25 who call in, is that correct?
The first 25 that give $250 or more, the first 25 that call in will get a Doey's House cutout.
Okay.
And then also, we have some naming opportunities still yet. You can still get your pavers at Doey's House. We have trees, just a number of things. And then we're having team prizes. Each hour, these teams are going to work against each other.
That's great. Well, Karen, I appreciate you sharing that information, and I think that we'll probably have a really good turnout. I'm excited that folks will be coming to our main office and have a chance to visit us there, too. So thank you so much for everything you do and for spearheading this effort. And I know we'll be looking forward to having Lou Scally host this event. So I appreciate you taking the time to be here today.
Thank you, Bernadette.
Sure. I'm grateful to Karen for being on today's program and for the important work she does that enables Hospice of Washington County to provide the best care to those with limited time and to support their family members. Last year's Radiothon, with the help of many generous people, raised $23,000. I hope you, our viewers, will consider supporting this year's Have a Heart for Doey's House event. Every donation matters. As Mother Teresa said, It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into the giving. Stop by Hospice of Washington County's main office at 747 Northern Avenue on February 10th from 9 to 1. Hope to see you there. See you next time for Healing, Hope, and Health.